O Wayne vai continuar aqui com a gente, ele vai apresentar sobre a outra universidade que faz parte da Duke's Education. Wayne, feel free to start about Cambridge, and the stage is yours.
I'm going to try and share the screen again, see how successful I am this time.
Okay.
So I'm now going to share with you my own college. I'm the principal at St Andrews College in Cambridge, but both St Andrews College in Cambridge and Cardiff Sixth Form and 3 other colleges are all part of the Duke's colleges. We have 2 in Kent, Earlscliffe and Rochester, and 1 in London, which is our arts college. But Duke's is a huge combination of schools and colleges that runs from 3 months all the way through to 18-year-olds and beyond. So I have had the pleasure and privilege of being the principal at St Andrews College in Cambridge now for some 14, 15 years. What you see here is punting on the River Cam that leads on from the back of some of the schools and colleges in Cambridge. So why come to my college? It has a central Cambridge location. We have top quality teaching staff. Some of them are professors and lecturers at local universities. One of my teachers who teaches here further maths is a fellow of Queen's College, Cambridge, teaches physics within the university, and also is on the recruitment panel for new students. So we can very much guide you, assist you, and move you towards those key parameters of Cambridge University with the help of such professionals as far as the college is concerned. Because we are in Cambridge, we have the resources at Cambridge University that we can very much be part of. So the lectures that are at Cambridge, some of the extracurricular activities at Cambridge can be bought into from the students from the college. They can also use the library at Anglia-Ruskin University, which has a plethora of books and other resources that can be used by the students from the college. We have 18 different nationalities in college. Our bias tends to be more towards the Asian marketplace, but we do have a good cross-section of nationalities within the college. St Andrews College, Cambridge is 93 students this year, so it is probably about a third of the size of the college in Cardiff that we've just spoken about. My classroom sizes are between 6 and 7. So every student gets that individual attention that is required to progress and to have effective learning within those classroom environments. Unfortunately for students with a class of 6 or 7, there's no real place to hide. In classes of 20 or 30, you can probably hide, but in a class of 6 and 7, you can't. So integration, participation is a key element that we are proud of within the college, and our students participate in all of these lessons to different levels, but they do participate in lessons. Homework is done on time and on a regular basis, but to also support all of our students within St Andrews, we have personal tutors, of which I am one. I tend to look after the second year A Level students, especially those going to G5 medicine, Oxbridge universities. We look at your progress. You are tested very much on a regular basis. Saturday morning testing, Saturday morning exams, so that we can monitor your progress. If you're struggling or having difficulties with a subject, then we can bring in extra support and one-to-one sessions if that helps you as an individual student. Oxbridge G5 program we have started probably about 3 or 4 years ago now, and we have brought on board several Cambridge University students from year 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on the course that they're doing. We even have a doctor who has gone through the medic side of things with Cambridge University, and he's now a doctor in Brighton, and he's helping some of my medics this year to go through the same preparation process that he went through to go on to read medicine at Cambridge. As we mentioned with Cardiff, we give you the UCAS support and university preparation so that you are fully au fait with the different courses that are available based on the subject requirements that you want to look at for university and onwards through your career progression. And we have excellent pastoral care. So we have obviously our teachers. We then have our tutors. We have a head of boarding and head of pastoral care. We have counsellors on board if you wish to do that. Or we have an independent listener that you can call at any time, and she will take your concerns that is separate and a third party away from the college if you have something that you wish to discuss with somebody that's not within St Andrews as a whole. And we have outstanding boarding accommodation, but I'll come on to a descriptors of that and to show you some of those pictures a little bit later on. So Cambridge, for those of you that don't know, Cambridge is about 45 minutes on the train north of London. It's home to Cambridge University and it's 31 different colleges. So when you want to go to, if you want to go to Cambridge University, it's not just Cambridge University you have to choose. It's one of their colleges you have to choose. So it needs an awful lot of research from yourselves and understanding of which college may be best for you, because the college choice that you make can determine your success or level of success or failure as far as your recruitment for those colleges are concerned. Cambridge, as I've said to you before, is very much student-centred. Most of the population of Cambridge are students or are in businesses related to students, the cultural events, the entertainment, and the services that students wish to have. So one thing that Cambridge is very safe. It's about a 200,000 population, but it is safe. The students are able to go through the streets, night, day, early mornings, whatever the case may be, and feel safe doing so. On the River Cam, as we saw from the first picture, there are stunning architecture which goes back many hundreds of years. If you're interested in such things, we have shopping. And obviously for the enhancements to your art and your understanding of art, we have historical museums, art galleries, theatres, which you can go to as far as your extracurricular is concerned, or just visit in the evenings and weekends with friends. It's a great environment, Cambridge, very vibrant environment, especially with students. We have a science festival which comes in February, March of next year, and we have also a Shakespeare festival. We have lots of clubs, gyms, which we participate in with the college. We have lots of sports, basketball, football, volleyball, all of which we have teams. We play against the other colleges that are in Cambridge and against the Cambridge colleges. So we have lots of integration with other schools and colleges and lots of integration with the Cambridge University colleges themselves. Cambridge is a very green city. It has rivers running through it, and it has lots of green areas. We have a huge green area just behind the college called Parker's Piece, which is used very much so very positively for sports and different activities in our summer months. So results, which is obviously one of the key aspects, as we saw with Cardiff Sixth Form. My A-level results for this last year were 87% A-star to A and 93% A-star to B. And all of my A-level students got offered places at UK universities, which if you're coming to the UK to do A-levels, I'm sure most of you want to move on to a UK university, or even a US university tends to be the want, sort of a 70-30 split between the UK and the US. But we do differ in our offerings to Cardiff. We have what's called a university foundation course. And I'll come on to the details of that a little bit later. But my students this year, 100% of offered places at UK universities. They did very well with the Russell Group and their sciences, and gained 60% of them gained places at the top 50 UK universities. So GCSEs, which we have not dissimilar again to Cardiff. So 55% of all my GCSE grades were A-star, or what is now in the UK the numeric number 9. 71% A-star to A, 87% A-star to B. But all of my students got between A-star and C, 100%. So that is somewhere on the numeric scale between 9 and 4. So we had a 100% pass rate as far as my GCSE students were concerned. And all of my GCSE students have then progressed and are now doing a 2-year A-level program with us. So academic pathways. So this is the first one, which is GCSE. We have a 1-year course or a 2-year course. Subjects are slightly different between the two. And as it says there, you have 12 subjects to choose from. The class sizes are small, somewhere between 3 and 6. And again, you would have a tutor that would speak to you on a weekly basis. But because of GCSE students tend to be younger, then we are very much supervising them 24/7, both in our academic buildings and also in our halls of residence. You will get support with your homework. You have two hours a week of physical education or PE, and you have the PSHE as far as your curriculum environment is concerned. But you also play a little. Its extra activities are there for you to enjoy, and the different clubs and societies that we have and the sports events that GCSE students can participate in, as well as the older A-level and foundation students. So PreA Level, this is something we brought to college a few years ago because we were having an understanding that some students couldn't quite make the jump to IELTS of 5 or 5.5 for academic entry. So we brought in a course which allows students to come to us in September with IELTS of 4 and in January with IELTS of 4.5. Predominantly you're going to be doing English or preparation English for your academic studies. But out of the week you would do 20 hours of English, but you'd also do 5 hours of maths and 5 hours tuition in your chosen pathway. And the pathways are business, arts and science. So it depends on which way you're wanting to go towards either your A-level course or your foundation course. The pathway that you choose would then be a knock-on to one of those later courses. But the A-level is very flexible. So you can start with business, have a look at those subjects. Second term, you can do art, have a look at those subjects. And in the summer term, you could do science and have a look at those subjects. So it's also a chance for you as a student to see which subjects you prefer, which pathways you prefer for the future. What is it going to be for your A-levels? What is it going to be for your choice of a career after you've gone to and succeeded in your university degree? So A-levels, which I'm sure you're all well aware of, we have 24 subject offers, most accepted route to UK universities. It's obviously the key one for qualifications for medicine. If you do the foundation course, you can't go on to a medical degree in the UK, and the same with with Oxford and Cambridge. You can't go to Oxford and Cambridge from a foundation course. Class sizes again are very small, 6 to 7 in total, and therefore that allows for individual attention. The differentiation within the classroom is there. Different levels of English are taken on board and reacted to by the teachers. Therefore, everybody progresses at an exceptional level towards their final A-level qualifications in the second summer of their course with us. You have support from your tutors, from UCAS, and if you are looking for that Oxbridge G5 program medicine, then we will help you to go on and to decide which is the best course for yourselves and help you to gain that entry to your choice of university. So the foundation courses, the university foundation courses, we take students here at 16 and a half years of age. We have a January and a September start. We also help you with your IELTS preparation. Most universities in the UK would require at least an IELTS of 6 with nothing less than 5.5, but majority of them want a 6.5 with nothing less than 6. So as you can see, our students come on board with IELTS of 5 and 5.5. So we have an awful lot of hard work to do together to get you to those entry-level requirements from an IELTS perspective for your chosen universities. Again, small class sizes to maximize those potential results. And within all of our students, we have very much a family-orientated boarding house scenario. We have 6 halls of residence, but again, I'll come on to that a little bit later on. Your tutors, your UCAS guidance, again, is in place, the same it is for your A-level studies, and the course is accredited by the NCFE. So the different academic courses that we have available for University Foundation, we have art and architecture, fashion and media, all under the art umbrella. And then we have the humanities section, which is business, economics, international relations and law. Also covered off with humanities. Humanities is a foundation course without mathematics. We also do the sciences of science, which is biology, chemistry and mathematics, engineering, which is chemistry, physics and mathematics. And we do psychology either from a humanities perspective or from a science perspective. If you wanted to do the science course, then it would be psychology, biology, mathematics. So we look at all of those key parameters and we try to put the student, as we recruit the student, onto the best foundation course it is for them after due consideration with the student themselves and with their parents and where they want to go for their future studies, their course subject and their careers once they've finished university. So IELTS in the college is of key importance. We want to ensure that you get the right level of IELTS for your university progression. As I've said in the last slide, that is at least an IELTS of 6, usually an IELTS of 6.5, and in some cases can be now 7 and 7.5, especially if you're looking towards Oxbridge or the G5 or medicine. You'll need at least a 7, if not a 7.5. And it's 7 across the 4 areas of IELTS of speaking, listening, reading and writing. And you have to have 7 across on one sitting rather than getting 6.5 on one and 7.5 and still getting 7. You have to have the requirement in one sitting as far as IELTS is concerned. And obviously, as again, I'm sure you're well aware, IELTS only lasts for 2 years. So we would help you in the IELTS lessons to develop your vocabulary, your grammar, your academic terminology, but also improve your writing skills, your speaking skills. And the one key thing that a lot of my students struggle with is their listening skills. So that would be reinforced. It's tested every half term. So we can see that your progression and you are progressing well with your English levels, moving towards your entry-level requirements for your chosen universities. If you do struggle with your English, then there's additional support, either in small groups or one-to-one study. And we also have homework to practice what you've learned in class. There's a specific IELTS website and other key attributes that we use for the IELTS classes to enhance the level of skill sets that you need for your onward university progression. So obviously, I think all but one of my students last year went on to a UK university. The other one is now in the US. So the key importance for us is that we help you and guide you to choose not only the best course for you and the best university for you, but the one that's going to put you where you want to be when it comes on to your next stage. So either you're moving on to a master's course and after that a PhD, or moving into some form of career progression. So we go through lots of different things with you, especially the preparation of your personal statement and going through the application process. You're only allowed 5 choices, as I've mentioned, in the UK, but those are enhanced by university open days. So either you going to universities yourselves, or we have 2 visits a year where we take you to different campuses, or there are many different university fairs in Cambridge and surrounding areas which we can take you to, so that you can see and talk to the different universities and see what their offerings are. We would also give you full interview training if you have an interview as part of your progression to university. And we also very much help you with the after applying. So that once you've applied, it's making those key choices as to which university becomes your your firm choice and which university becomes your insurance choice. They should ideally never be the same, because what's the point of having an insurance if it's the same as your first choice? Because if you don't get your first choice, you're also not going to be going to your second choice or your insurance choice. So this is Oxbridge and G5 program, something that we've brought into college over the last couple of years. And it's very much to help and guide and assist those students looking at Oxford and Cambridge and going to UCL, Imperial, LSE, or onto a medical course. So it is giving you the enhancement to your tutorial sessions that you have in college with a Cambridge tutor. He or she will be, as I say, from their second year upwards, or have progressed beyond Oxford, Cambridge, or the G5 universities and already be in a career pathway. They will go through how they got to where they got, what they did to prepare themselves for their entry to one of these key universities. But you'll go through more details with them. They'll give you reading lists. They'll give you additional works to do. They'll help you to develop the skill sets, but also to build your personal statement. So it says all the right things, and you've done all the right things for Oxford, Cambridge, or the G5 universities to look at you as an individual, so that you can progress necessarily through to the next stage. So it helps you to choose your degree, gives you a wider reading. There are many different competitions and prizes that we can put you in for. As I've mentioned to you before, the different Olympiads of science and mathematics. Work experience, as we mentioned before, the extended project qualification, or EPQ. And trying to choose the right college is of key importance here, because you have many at Cambridge at 31, and the same sort of number at Oxford, that you really need to channel your choice to make sure it's the right one for you. It's good for international students. It has a high level of international students, and it looks at you as an individual, and it is the right place for you. And how you make that choice is an individual choice. It could be, as I've heard over the last couple of weeks from my Cambridge graduates, it could be down to the professors that teach on the course. It could be down to the accommodation. It could be down to the university or the campus site itself. But of key importance to this is your personal statement and your academic excellence. Oxford and Cambridge take the probably the top 10% of the top 1% in the country and around the world for their places. So the level of competition is extremely high for Oxbridge and the other G5 programs, as well as medicine. So this is the medics program that we have. So my students that are interested in going on to do medicine, veterinary science, pharmacy, and dentistry go through this particular program. We help them to have a better understanding of what hospitals would look like through work experience. We have the Duke's Medic Portal, which helps with the preparation for interview, and also with the medical vocabulary, what the National Health Service is, and what it is to become a doctor, and what key characteristics you need to become a successful practitioner in the art of medicine. So of key importance here, and this is what the tutor would help you to discuss, is choosing your degree, helping you to complete the application and your personal statement. We have two medical examinations prior to you going to the university, which is BMAT and UCAT. Different universities have BMAT, different universities have UCAT. So again, that's part of the decision process that you have to go through. And as I said before, these exam entries for medicine happen in 3rd, 4th of November. BMAT this year and UCAT is online. So we help you with the interview preparation, and we give you mock interviews so that you are 100% prepared for whatever comes at you as far as the interview process is concerned. And then we'll help you with volunteering and work experience. The local hospital here, Addenbrooke's, has a vast array of different services that you can buy into, and they will help you with your voluntary work and your experience to better understand what a hospital does, what a doctor does, and what a consultant does, the nurses and everything else. I mean, one of my last students that went through the medics program is now at Leicester University reading medicine, and he followed a doctor in the A&E ward for a couple of days, which gave him a great insight into what it is to be a doctor, and that just made him want to be one even more so. And also through the Addenbrooke's program and also Cambridge University, there are many different lectures and seminars that we can help and arrange for you. So extracurricular, we have sports, clubs and societies, as you can see, lots of competitions and social activities. So again, as with Cardiff, we're not just trying to build the academic, we're trying to build the rounded person that can show a university and an interview panel exactly what sort of person you are, and that they need to take you because of what you've done in your previous existences. Pastoral care, I believe in the college is second to none. We treat every student as an individual. They have an individual presence within the college, and we treat them as such. We have a student council, we have head boy and head girl, and the students have a very large voice within the college as to what's best for them and how best to move the college forward, not only from an academic or a teacher perspective, but also very, very much from a student perspective. So all of your concerns are supported. We have registrations with GP counselling appointments for opticians. But more importantly, I think, as far as the college is concerned, somebody's there to talk to you at any time about any issues or concerns that you have. And we have a monthly newsletter looking at the health and well-being of not only yourselves, but also your local environment. Accommodation, as I've said to you before, is 6 boarding houses, breakfast, evening meal is prepared. It's a family environment, anything from 18 students to 8 students in different types of accommodation. But again, very safe, very secure. The house parents are there all of the time, or the house supervisors are there when they're not there. So you will always be safe in your accommodation. No visitors are allowed. So it's just you, the other students, and your house parent. Scholarships in St Andrews College in Cambridge. We have anything up to 75% for A Level and GCSE students, and up to 35% for our foundation students. And this is on tuition only, and especially with the 75% and the 50% scholarships, you'd have to do an English and a maths test to enable yourselves to qualify. Admissions, straightforward application fee, complete the tests, accept, place deposit, and then forward copy of your IELTS or your internal tests. It's the same as you would have, I would imagine, in most other sixth form colleges. And that's me. So I'll stop sharing the screen and just check to see if there's any questions.
Thank you very much, Wayne. It's a super college, no doubt. I was really impressed. I really like how the students can go to the University of Cambridge to have some classes, as you said in
Yes.
the beginning of the presentation. I was wondering if there's a possibility to have also the accommodation, if you can a homestay with a British family for the international students, or only the accommodation of the college.
We do have host families available. The student can choose their host family through 3 third-party independent sources that are all Cambridge-based. So if they want a family experience, then they can certainly have one.
Great, really good. I have a question. We have actually a couple of questions, but due to the time, I can only ask you one.
Okay.
Otávio, he asked, here in Brazil, classes usually are taught full-time at presentation mode, with the students only watching what the teacher has to say. I was wondering if in St. Andrews there is a bigger culture of hands-on
It's
classes.
great. It's very hands-on. Students would come to class. We have a small number that are online. I think 5 at the moment that are online on a particular course, but everybody else is in college. They come to college between 8:30 and 6:30 every day, Monday through Friday, and they are very hands-on. The teachers at the front of the room with their students and going through that learning environment together. So it's very, very, very much hands-on.
Okay, thank you.